All right, guys, today we're going to discuss the benefits of doing personality tests in the hiring process. This is something I do with everybody that we hire. I actually have them do this as they come in and for their first interview. After I have an interview with them, if I'm interested, then I say, hey, do you mind sticking around real quick and taking this, 12-minute personality test for me? It helps us gauge where you would fit within the company, something like that. So I have everybody that we've ever hired has taken this. We all know what our little name is for our type of personality. And I'm just going to highlight basically the system that we use, what it's called, where it came from, the website we use, and why we use that website and what's the benefits of it, I guess. That's what we'll discuss. So anybody who has a business that's looking to hire anybody, I would suggest doing this. It gives you a little bit more grasp on what that person's about. Because like I say, you're looking for a leader, but when they take the personality test, they show that they're on the far end of being a follower, right? A good worker maybe, but they're just not a leader necessarily. So let's go ahead and discuss this. This is the website that we use is 16personalities.com, which is the number 16 personalities. So the number 16, then personalities.com. I haven't put something up here for that. That website utilizes the Meyers-Briggs Type Indicator. So the MBTI system, what it's called, Meyers-Briggs Type Indicator. So the Meyers-Briggs Type Indicator personality test was actually developed by two female Americans, a mother and daughter combination. Back in 1917 is when this was what came up with. They basically embarked on this project of reading biographies, and they basically came up with this typology of where she proposed 4 different temperaments of personality. They were mediative, spontaneous, executive, and social, which these have kind of changed since then, but this was originally what they came up with. And then it became a little bit more popular right around World War II, when all the men were going overseas to fight the war against the Nazis. The women had to step it up in the workforce. Y'all remember the iconic poster where the woman's going like that? That's kind of the women coming into the workforce. So they use this Myers-Briggs test to help find out what jobs would be most comfortable and most suitable for the female employee, where they would fit in based off this personality test. So that's just a little bit of a background on it. And then over the years, other people have, after she died, they've updated it and done some other variations and things like that. So that's just a little background on the test. So now, skip ahead to now. I have this chart in my hand right here. I'm gonna have Randall put it up here somewhere in the corner for you. So basically, you can look at this right here and see what I'm talking about. But it says, what's your personality type, right? So on 16personalities.com, because that's the website I'm actually talking about, is 16personalities.com. I like that website. It's illustrated well, it's put together well, it's a 12-minute test, it's free, it's fantastic. And you can pay extra to get your a full stack of paperwork on your personality type, which I did for me. But maybe everybody doesn't need to do that. But anyway, it is free at the basic level, and it'll tell you, a good amount of information for free. So they have it broken down into, of course, 16 different personalities, but they have 4 different personalities under 4 different categories. So 4 categories of 4 different personalities. So they have the explorers, the sentinels, the diplomats, and the analysts. So you have those 4 categories, and under each category are 4 different personalities. So you'd have all these different personality types here. And then, if you notice up here, you have 4 letters of your personality type. And you have the first letter, which can be one of 2 options. The second letter could be one of 2 options. The third, the same. The fourth, the same. So there's basically, on your first letter of it, it's either going to be E or an I. Your second letter is either going to be an S or an N. Your third's either going to be a T or an F. And your fourth's either going to be a J or a P. And now let's go over those. So the first letter is basically, it's how are you outwardly or inwardly focused, right? Are you extroverted or introverted, basically is what that is. That's what the E and the I stands for. And then I'm going to go and tell you what I am at the very end. So if you want to think about that throughout the process, go for it. But the first letter is either an E or an I for extroverted or introverted. The second letter is how you prefer to take in information. Are you more sensing, which is an S, or are you more with your intuition with the N? And S, sensing, it says you're more focused on reality of how of how things are, pay attention to concrete facts and details, you prefer ideas that have practical applications. The N, so if you're not an S and you're N, which is intuition, you would be more like this. You'd imagine the possibilities of how things could be, you notice the big picture, you plan more, you enjoy bigger ideas and concepts, and you describe things in a figurative or poetic way. So you're either an E or an I for extroverted or introverted, and then an S or an N for sensing or intuition. And then the third letter in the personality type is either going to be a T or an F. And it's how you prefer to make decisions is where they get you either a T or an F. Now, if you're more thinking, which is the T, then you make decisions in an impersonal way, you use logical reasoning, you value justice and fairness, you enjoy finding the flaws in an argument, and you could be described as reasonable and level-headed. If you're not a T and you're an F, then that stands for feeling. And if you're more feeling, then you base your decisions on personal values, you value harmony and forgiveness, you like to please others and point out the best in people, you could be described as warm and empathetic. The fourth letter of the personality type is either going to be a J or a P. Now, J stands for judging, P stands for perceiving. So, and what those come from is how do you prefer to live your outer life, J or P? If you are J, which is judging, you prefer to live your outer life. You prefer to have matters settled. You think rules and deadlines should be respected. You prefer to have detailed step-by-step instructions. You make plans. That's the J. Now, if you're more P for perceiving, you prefer to leave your options open. You see rules and deadlines as more flexible, and you like to improvise and make things up as you go, right? And you're more spontaneous and enjoy surprises and new situations. So those are your kind of your breakdown there. So under explorers, you have 4 personality types. Under sentinels, you have 4 personality types. Same for diplomats, same for analysts. Now, out of all these personality types here, we've all taken them. Most of us are actually protagonists here. There's 4 or 5 of us. There's 5 of us that have different ones other than that. I can't remember what they are at the moment. But mine is ENTJ, which is commander. It says strategic, logical, efficient, outgoing, ambitious, independent, effective organizers of people and long-range planners. And so that's what ENTJ is. I think this really helps out employers at finding people that fit the needs that they're looking for. There's been times where I was going to hire, I'm looking for more of a leadership role, and I find out that, and then the personality, I'm getting already the signal, usually you get the signals in an interview anyway, but I'm getting the signals, oh, I'm not sure if this guy's going to be a leader or not. Let me have him take this personality test. All right, and then you take it and you see, oh yeah, he's definitely not in the more leader. He's more of just point me where to go, put me in the spot, let me do my work or whatever, right? So it's 12 minutes. It's free to take. It's been very accurate for everybody. All of us that have taken it here, it's been extremely accurate. Some people may say, oh, well, this test is better. Meyers-Briggs is crap. This is better than that. And this is whatever. That's fine. I'm sure there's other better ones probably. But this one works very well. It's 12 minutes. It's free. It's at 16personalities.com. I have all my employees or potential employees take this during the interview process. And it just helps you get another edge of understanding on the person because you're only getting what you can out of them in that short meeting. And, you know, you want a little bit more assurance of who this person is. Well, this can help you get that. So when I tell everybody it takes, I'm like, just answer it 100% honest. There's no wrong answer. There's not like, oh, if you're this personality type, I'm not going to hire you. You know, that doesn't really happen. You just want to kind of see what the person's about, you know, how they handle things, you know, how they work in the work environment, which it also breaks that down too. At the very end of it, it'll tell you how you are romantically, how you are in jobs, what jobs are good for you, what career paths are good for you, which ones aren't. You know, it tells you all these different types of things. How are you with friendships? How are you with kids? How are you in relationships? How are you in workplace? So there's a bunch of different personality types, 16 different personality types. Like I said, it's just a variation of these 8 different letters. It's one or the other on 4 different places, basically. So mine was, just to show you for reference, ENTJ, right? So there's many different combinations right here that you can be. Like I said, there's no right, wrong answers. This test has been around a long time. A lot of people use it. A lot of people use other tests too. But this is just a tool that I recommend to you if you're a business owner, you're having a hard time hiring people, or maybe you're hiring people that end up not being the right person. maybe this can help you find that person you're looking for. And I just tell them, like I said, tell them there's no wrong answers. Just answer it 100% honestly. I can't even see the answers to your questions anyways, because some people might be worried that, oh, he's gonna go back and see how I answered these. You can't even see that. So if you just take the test, it's gonna say, this is their personality type, and it gives you a breakdown of that personality type. And like I said, you can pay more and get a full detailed report if you wanted to. So hopefully this helps you in the hiring process, finding who you need to find. And hopefully the information we shared and the graph, the little form we put up here for you, helped you see that a little more. Go take a look at the website if you're interested. And that's about it. This is a wrap on this video. We appreciate you tuning into UDROPRENEUR. And we appreciate the support as always as we continue to try to drive this channel. We can use the subscribers. If you wouldn't mind, please subscribing to our YouTube channel and hitting the bell icon for notifications. We're on all the social media platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Look us up if you have a chance, and follow us or hit the like button, depending on what social media platform you're on. We appreciate the support as always, and thanks for tuning in.